fares as bus companies vie for the passengers' transportation dollar.
Deregulation and impending removal of governmental subsidies have meant loss of airline service to many communities across the nation, including Yakima. Couldn't deregulation of intercity buses also jeopardize local bus service as well?
I would say no to that for a couple of reasons. The measure which we support and is now in the hands of Senator Gorton's committee in Washington contains some specific safeguards for small communities. This is not the Airline Deregulation Act rewritten with the word bus substituted for airplane. It's just not the same thing. In addition, the economics of bus service and the patterns of the way the service is offered are much different from the airlines. An airline experiences a great cost in fuel and simply taking off and landing, but the cost of the fuel when you step on the accelerator of a bus to serve an additional community is not all that great. So we're really talking about two quite different circumstances.
But what happens to the Prossers, the Grandviews, the Toppanishes, the Wapatos? Do they not fall through the cracks?
Probably not, because the bus companies rely on a lot of small communities to have people on the buses and to feed passengers into some of the larger communities where they get on the long-distance buses. The whole idea is to get more people riding the buses, not fewer people.
Although Silverman denies the existence of a hit list, NewsBeat has learned that some Lower Valley communities could lose their bus service through deregulation. Flag stops at Zilla and Granger, Donald and East Parker face elimination. Presently, Greyhound stops at virtually every Lower Valley community. An unofficial source told NewsBeat that if deregulation comes about, there would be less frequency of service with stops only at Yakima, Toppenish, Sunnyside, and Prosser. The frequency of Yakima to Portland runs would probably be reduced to one a day, and that route would run along the Oregon side. The north route through Bingen and Washington is marked for extinction. We'll have a look at sports in just a minute.
Introducing new Velveeta slices.
What you got there, Roger?
Velveeta slices.
Wouldn't want to trade with your old dad, would ya?
No thanks.
Fix your bicycle?
It's already fixed it.
Who fixed it?
Mom.
Oh, want to go to the baseball game Sunday?
Terrific.
Okay, your Velveeta slices for my apple.
Gotta go now, Dad. Bye, Pop.
Roger?
New Velveeta slices, with a taste you just wouldn't trade for anything.
If you're soldering, alligator clips and heavy wire is like having an extra pair of hands. Here's another tip. This Weller soldering iron with free accessories is on sale only $6.97. A Burnsomatic welding torch kit only $29.97 with free safety goggles. A Lufkin 25-foot tape rule only $8.97 plus this free pocket rule. It's all part of Pro's Dollar Day sale, now at participating Pro hardware stores and ProMart home centers, where you get Pro advice plus a real good price.
This is the moment. The grain is ripe and ready. This is where Roman meal bread begins. With high-protein wheat flour, whole-grain hard red spring wheat, whole-grain rye, bran, flaxseed meal, and other nutritious ingredients to make every loaf of Roman meal bread light brown, tender textured, and delicious. Roman meal bread, made from the best the land has to offer.
That championship magic was in the air tonight in Cowiche as the third-rated Highland Scotties avenged an earlier loss to Carroll and took over sole possession of first place in league with a 65-62 overtime win over Carroll. NewsBeat's Dave Sullivan had the pleasure of watching the game and has this report.
Highland jumped out to a 19-11 lead after one quarter and looked well on its way to avenging its only loss of the season to the Patriots. But Carroll in the blue was not to be outdone as their full-court press started causing Highland turnovers. And in the span of a couple minutes in the second quarter, Carroll cut a 10-point lead to 2 points at 23-21. It was seesaw the rest of the half, and Highland went into the break leading 32-31 thanks to 9 of Mark Schwartzwalter's 19 points. The third quarter was much of the same, with both teams trading baskets at will and scorching the nets, with Highland leading 48-45 after 3, and that set the stage for the fourth period. Finally, with 27 seconds left in the ballgame, Schwartzwalter had a chance to put the Scotties ahead, but his shot was off the mark, and in the attempt for the bound, Carroll's Rich Dorr was fouled. He proceeded to sink both free throws, putting the Patriots up 58-56. And that's when Highland's Mike Miller